Now, the Office of the National Security Advisor has confirmed that Binance executive Nadeem Anjarwalla, who's a suspect in the ongoing criminal probe into activities of Binance in Nigeria, has escaped from custody on Friday. The office, in conjunction with relevant security agencies, MDAs, and international community, upon receiving the report, took immediate steps to apprehend the suspect. It also confirmed that security agencies are currently working with Interpol for an arrest warrant on the suspect. Preliminary investigation shows that Mr. Anjarwalla fled Nigeria using a smuggled passport. The personnel responsible for the custody of the suspect have been arrested. The federal government, like other governments around the world, has been investigating money laundering and terrorism financing transactions perpetrated on the Binance currency exchange platform. For more on this development, I'm joined by counter-terrorism expert Olatubosu Abolariwa on the program this evening. Thank you so much for joining us. Sources say that Mr. Anjarwalla escaped on Friday from an Abuja guest house where he and his colleague were detained, and we were told that he was led to a nearby mosque for prayers in the spirit of the ongoing Ramadan fast. What is the standard practice by security operatives in dealing with suspects in this nature?
Well, the standard operation procedure of this is that anybody that is under arrest of any sort is supposed to be in a lawful custody. I'm not really sure the position of a guest house when it comes to lawful custody and where the guest house is, what kind of facility it is. All those are questions that are coming to mind. But for somebody who committed offense of that gravity, ranging from financial misappropriation and terrorism, I think we might have got it wrong initially when he was detained at a guest house instead of a proper lawful custody like we have at EFCC, Nigerian Police Force, and probably the NSA. So how he ended up in a guest house, in quotes, remains a question mark that somebody really needs to give clarity on.
An immigration official was quoted to have said that he fled Nigeria on a Kenyan passport, when authorities say that the only passport on him at the time of arrest was a British passport. Aren't persons of interest flagged at the airport, to be able to avoid such escape?
Well, I think there was a strategic intelligence failure there. If the immigration involved and informed about his arrest is another question which we're here to clarify. Was his passport actually flagged? For somebody who is committing an offense of that gravity and is under arrest, I thought the first thing we need to do, knowing that he's a foreigner, is for us to seize his passport. Why all those were not done and he ended up in a guest house free to go around and to pray at a mosque remains a mystery, and we need more lights to be shed on that, to be honest, because this is just coming out yesterday. That's almost 72 hours after he has escaped. Makes it difficult for us to decipher now. We've been talking to people across board to try and get more clarity. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten enough clarity for me to be able to say, okay, this is what, and this is what. But the totality of it is all about intelligence failure and strategic failure on the part of those who kept him in custody.
Security agencies now say they are working with Interpol for an arrest warrant on the suspect. How well has that collaboration worked for us in the past?
Nnamdi Kanu was rearrested and brought back to book. Several other criminals too. I think Meina was arrested outside the border of Nigeria and came back. And I think we have a good relationship with both the Kenya and the UK government. So I believe that the next thing that will happen now is for Interpol to set in. I strongly believe too that the US authorities are also looking for him. And that's my worry, that who gets in first. If the U.S. authorities should get him first, it's going to be a problem for us, and we might have to do a joint prosecution across the international border. But I hope we get him first before the U.S. embassy, before the U.S. authority does.
You know, government claims its investigations revealed that some elements were using Binance for crimes like money laundering, terrorist financing, currency speculation, and even market manipulation, strong enough to distort the Nigerian economy and also weaken the naira against other currencies. How huge are these accusations, and what do you think makes our system so susceptible to have been manipulated in such way?
It's just because we haven't gotten a watertight financial security in Nigeria. This just reveals it, that our security, our financial platform is not well secured. I could remember in the last administration that it took the central bank governor to come out on video to start telling people to come and fight him, come to central bank to fight him. All those shows weakness that needs to be strengthened. Nobody should be able to bring any financial platform into the country, have access to millions of dollars, and able to manipulate us in such way. It is a weakness that we need to strengthen, and I hope all those in authority are looking at that now and ensuring that this kind of thing does not repeat itself again. MMM came, other platform came, and everybody just seems to be doing what they like typical Yahoo boys. We need to do something about this. We are too big for this kind of embarrassment, to be honest with you.
This detention is coming months after the crypto exchange platform pleaded guilty and agreed to pay as much as $4.3 billion to settle criminal money laundering charges levied by the U.S. Department of Justice. And you mentioned earlier that who gets him first. But government has also alleged that Binance failed to register with the Federal Inland Revenue Service for tax purposes, and also in some way contravened existing tax regulations within the country. Talk to us about what we must begin to do differently, to create sustainable and effective systems and platforms that will better benefit the Nigerian economy from the security point of view.
From the security point of view, I think a situation where anybody can come into our country with a laptop and a terabyte worth of internet access to be able to do what they like needs to be checked. He cannot do it on his own, definitely. There must be some inner element in Nigeria that makes it possible for him. And I think the issue of taking responsibility, accountability on the part of those in authority needs to come. If somebody did not resign for this, somebody needs to be sacked. It is as simple as that. It has affected our economy, it has affected our people, the hardship this kind of thing brought, and the innocent blood shed as a result of financing terrorism is a huge slap and huge blow on Nigerian security integrity. And I think the Minister for Interior, the NSA, the Inspector General of Police, the Chairman of Economic and Financial Crime Agency, ICPC, all of them really needs to come together and create a watertight environment for our financial institution in such a way that this kind of incident will not repeat itself. Many of them have come and gone, and a lot of people have suffered. Now, it's not only the citizens that are suffering. The central bank is receiving a blow. It is unfortunate, and it shouldn't be allowed to repeat itself. There needs to be a watertight security on it. Even if any government official is found to be a beneficiary of this, head is supposed to roll. All right. You are supposed to be brought and made accountable for this.
We're watching closely to see what happens in the coming days. Development and counterterrorism expert Olatubosa Bolarinwa, thank you so much for talking to us on the program.
Thank you for your time.